Hi, I'm your host, Ricky Booker. Welcome back to a brand new season in the Kitchen with the Breakfast Brothers.
It's time to get on up and whip it up with them Breakfast Brothers. It's time to get on up and whip it up with them Breakfast Brothers. Yeah, it's time to get on up and stir it up. It's time to get on up, stir it up and whip it up. Yeah, it's time to get on up.
There are so many things in the world that brings us together. Good food, little conversation does it every time. And in the Kitchen with the Breakfast Brothers, we love feeding your soul. Today's guest, he's a professional speaker and also an author. Let's give a warm welcome for Victor Johnson.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate
man,
that.
I'm
Appreciate
glad to
that.
have you, man. It's been many ways. My co-host Luscious has spoken a lot about you.
Thank you.
And man, I appreciate the things that Prosperity Bank is doing with the
Yes, sir.
Christmas toy drive that we're doing here in a couple weeks, man.
Absolutely.
And once again, I got to give you a handshake on that one because that's really a pleasure. But we're going to talk a little bit more about what it is you do outside of, your daytime and Prosperity Bank.
Absolutely.
But in time being, a lot of people don't know the signature of Breakfast Brothers is what it is. It says, me and my business partners, we're not biological brothers, but we brothers by God. But we have, in the restaurant, as you see, we have professional brothers, whether they're singers, actors, or whatever. That's the concept. We call it the Famous Brothers Wall. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. I need you to tell me famous brothers that you know of off the top of your head. I know this is a surprise, but we're going to go, and I'm going to tell you this 30 seconds.
I've seen on the wall for sure.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy and Charlie Murphy. Which
Yeah,
rest
that's
in peace,
one,
Charlie
but
Murphy.
we got to figure out what you ain't seen on the wall.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Famous brothers that I know of. Let's go with Rondé Barber. Are they on the wall too? Rondé Barber.
Are they on the wall?
Oh,
but you didn't see them, though.
I did not see
give you that.
them.
That's two.
Okay, and another famous brothers. Oh my goodness.
They can be athletes, movie stars, or higher.
I'm gonna go with. I mean, they're not brothers, but Peyton and Eli Manning.
They are brothers.
I mean, they're not brothers, but they are brothers by
Yeah,
blood.
they brothers by. We can go dead or alive, too.
Okay.
I'll give you that, dead or alive.
All right. So then, who else would I go with? Man, that's a good
That's
question.
three. Yeah, but
Yeah,
see,
those are three.
But see, I didn't give you a chance to set up, so it was a surprise.
Yes, it was a surprise.
Well, that's the time. You get to at least you got 3 sets. I'd like to try
Me
to
and
get
my
against
brothers.
5.
I got brothers, so yeah.
Okay, well, the next Breakfast Brothers, you got to give me a picture. I'm gonna put y'all on the wall.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate it.
It's the same way if you hear the developers in this area, in the Redbird area, Terrence Maiden.
Terrence and Maiden. Yeah, I know the
and his
Maiden
brother.
brothers. Yes, sir.
Well, I got them on the wall.
I didn't even think of them. They are famous.
He actually came to me and said, "Man, I got a problem." I was like, "What? Why we ain't on the wall?" Give me a picture. He gave me a picture. I put them up
There
for
you
me.
go. All right, got you covered.
There's some brothers that's doing some great things here in the community in the Redbird area. But once again, I always like to throw this at every guest because, I really cook. Sometimes nobody ain't seen me cook yet, but we're gonna cook in this new season. This is a brand new season. I'm gonna do some cooking.
Okay, you're gonna be cooking.
I want to see what's your worst disaster in the kitchen. I want to know.
Oh man, so I'm the breakfast guy
Okay.
at the house, but I'm not doing like major gourmets. But my worst disaster, probably with something with trying to cook dinner. Messing up on some meatloaf, or if I've ever tried to do that. Definitely, I would say I've tried before some lasagna. This is before I got married. She's probably looking over here like, "What you talking about?" Yeah, I don't never try that again. So. But that's why I stick to breakfast. I'm big on breakfast potatoes. I'm good at hooking up some breakfast potatoes.
We're not going to hold that against you because you're doing some great things. You're teaching people some things about when it comes to business, and
Yes, sir.
also you're author.
Yes, sir.
So what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit more at the sit down when you get ready to eat. We're going to talk more about the book and more what you got going on when it comes to the professional speaking.
Let's do
In
it.
the time being, we're going to go back to see what Luscious has going on.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Luscious Barbie. I'm here at Breakfast Brothers, Camp Wisdom location, and I got to find out, what do the customers think about the food? Well, let's just go find out. All right, so I'm here, and I see some delicious food on the table, if you could smell what I'm smelling. But we're going to find out who I'm here with and what did he get. I'm here with.
My name is Kenny.
Hey, Kenny, what you get today?
I'm getting the shrimp and grits.
Okay, how you like it?
Well, honestly, it's really about the best shrimp and grits I ever had. And I'm being honest. I go to a restaurant, usually I find one item at a specific restaurant, and for this particular restaurant, it's the shrimp and grits. They're the best bar none.
All right, well, you heard it first right here from Kenny. The shrimp and grits is the best at Breakfast Brothers. It's hard to leave without a to-go bag, but I'm going to let her tell you what she got today.
I had catfish and pancakes and greens.
And what did you think about the food?
It was wonderful. This is probably our 4th or 5th time here.
Okay. Well, we welcome you to keep coming back.
The food was excellent.
Was it excellent?
Very good.
What did you get?
Eggs, bacon, and waffle.
Eggs, bacon, and waffles. You got the regular waffle or you got the red velvet waffle?
Red velvet.
Oh. It's something about that red velvet waffle that you can't resist. All right, we had another table, and you already know Breakfast Brothers is a family environment, so you see the baby, okay? And you can mix it up at the Breakfast Brothers. I see a little bit of everything on the table, but we're gonna find out who we here with and what did you get?
Okay, my name is Amber and this is Riley. We have the catfish and just about everything else. Everything is really good.
How did you find out about Breakfast Brothers?
We've actually been here before. We heard about it from a family friend and we just enjoyed it, so we decided to come back.
Nice. Well, family, friends, everybody that is recommending Breakfast Brothers, we love it. Look at the baby. And now you see what Breakfast Brothers is all about. Until next time, let's go.
All right, we're here at the sit down with Victor Johnson, and man, I want to let you order some food.
Ooh. Mr. Johnson, what can I get you to drink today?
I'm going to have a hot tea, please.
Yes, sir. And then what do we have to eat?
That chicken and French toast. That's a good choice. Good choice, man. You know that the bread that we use for the French toast, that's fresh. We get it delivered every week. Brioche cinnamon, yeah.
No wonder it tastes so fresh.
The lobster roll, the toast bread, and the French toast bread is all freshly baked.
I know that seasoning on that chicken be fired up.
I'm gonna give you a little surprise at the end, because everything's seasoned with the all-purpose season that I came up with. But you know, I want to jump right in because, man, I what you do, you know, is one thing when you're dealing with the children and being a professional speaker. It's like, you know, some people call it motivational speaker, but you know, professional. First of all, I want to ask you this question. Okay. What's the difference in between a professional speaker and a motivational speaker? You get paid.
Right. Okay. So when a lot of times I've been coached that when you say you're a motivational speaker, you know, a lot of times the corporate companies won't necessarily look at you and as a paid person that put you on a budget. When you're a professional speaker, that's when they say, oh, this person demands a fee for their speaking. So I switched it up and said, hey, I'm a professional speaker, which I am. So you can get paid. And it just helps to stand out a little bit.
But switching two words can automatically depend on your check that you get.
Absolutely.
Oh man, that's something. Didn't know that, but you answered that question for me. You know, the author part of it. I hear you have a new book. I mean, you know, it's out. It's called Proven Pathways, and just tell me what's up with that. Tell me how to go.
I got you, bro.
Oh,
I got you, bro.
Okay.
Proven Pathways to Wealth and Happiness. Yes, sir. So this book,
results. Okay.
This book talks about my personal journey. I had horrible credit, Ricky. I mean, low 500 for a long time. I was making decent money, living paycheck to paycheck. Couldn't figure out why about 4 or 5 days before payday, I was always broke, right? And so I got really disciplined about how I was going to attack my finances, clean up my credit. And so really the book is a mindset book. It's about discipline, goal setting, and the fact that success and failure is based on what I do on a daily basis. So, and then ultimately in the final chapters, I talk about how me and my wife first purchased our first rental property. It kind of walks you through the timeline of cleaning up your credit, attracting better income, better relationships as well, like really nurturing relationships, and then taking that extra additional income and investing it so that you.
Man, that's one thing that's important, and I've been there and done that. It's like paycheck to paycheck. That's the worst thing ever, and I could say that. Hey, all right, we're gonna get you started.
Okay, then.
Thank you so much. You can tell, you know, he went from a motivational speaker to a professional speaker. Hot tea with the honey.
The hot tea, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna let you get a couple bites in, but you know, can you eat and talk? It's just like we're gonna do this, yeah, just like at home. Huh? Watch the sound. That crunchiness. Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hey, the sweetness of that French toast and the chicken and the saltiness, and it's our all-purpose season. We cook that with all our meats. You know, the collard greens is cooked with it.
That's good.
And
I'm gonna get one more bite in real quick.
And even the mac and cheese. But you know what? You know, they're gonna get mad at me, man. But I gotta give you our all-purpose season to take home with you.
Oh man,
that's what you can cook with. You know, I could tell you You can go in any of your family members' cabinets and open up to what we call a seasoning cabinet. You open it up, and every shelf is filled up with all different type of seasoning.
Right.
Now you can clean out. If your cabinet's like that, clean it out. This is the only thing you need.
That's all I'm gonna need.
All purpose, man. I even put that on my popcorn.
And it got a nice little kick to it.
Yeah.
Too. Oh, that's fire, man.
Yeah, so
Appreciate that.
You know, I get talking about that over and over and over. But,
Yes, sir.
but let's get back into the part of fixing your credit to have the opportunity to go back to have your first rental property.
Absolutely. So again, low 500s. You can't do anything with a credit score like that. You can't buy cars, you can't finance real estate or any of those. And in a lot of cases, you can't even get a good job, right? And so that was one thing that I got kids growing up. I'm married now. And what I found out, Ricky, I was really kind of following what other people wanted for me and trying to keep up appearances for people, you know, driving these cars and things, putting rims on cars. But when I realized that at some point I'm going to pass on and I want something for my kids, and it's an entirely different life past a 700 credit score. So I got serious about it. I came from the collections industry, so I knew what to do. And I got serious about it, started focusing on it, and really getting my budget together and realizing that those little $40 here, the little $30 there, that adds up. I could have paid off a collection item. And so that's what I really started doing, is paying down debt, paying off collection items, and the scores shot up. And that's when we realized, we can start doing something.
That takes discipline. And once you get into the point of, people understand, you can have $1 million with a 500 beacon score. That $1 million still means nothing. You'd rather be able to have $1 million and have a 700 beacon score more,
right?
To have the $1 million as an asset, and you as a person being respected to go get what it is you need.
Absolutely, that's the key. And not only just your personal credit, but also on the business credit side. Like if you really want to grow in business, you want to leverage other people's money. And if your credit ain't right, it's hard to get.
In your book, talk about all of those things?
It talks about, how we cleaned up the credit. I got specific practical steps of how I improved my credit score, the disciplines that I put in place, how I set my goals, how I started working towards those goals, how I started my personal development, improving myself. And then, Jim Rohn is a motivational speaker that's passed on. I love his speeches, and he says, you attract success by who you become.
Right.
So I decided to become what I wanted to attract in my life, and that's really what I'm about.
How can people get the book? It's Proven Pathways to Wealth and Happiness. How can people get this?
Amazon, Kindle. They can order on my website at bethevictor.us, and they can always order the book there.
So Kindle, for the ones that don't know Kindle, if you don't like going and reading the book, kind of like me sometimes,
right?
I'm in my car a lot, so I'm moving from restaurant to restaurant, even going to city. So I just got Kindle, and I can just listen to the audio part of it. I'm going 2 hours of visit my home in Oklahoma City. I can listen to a whole book all the way to Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
And one thing about me, when I'm traveling and I'm by myself, people are like, man, how do you just get in the car one morning, you get up and you go to Oklahoma? I said, man, that's my peace.
That's it.
I figure out, and it's crazy to say, is when we go to the restaurant bar convention in Vegas, and then we go to Chicago for the NRA, National Restaurant Association, and everybody, even my girlfriend and everybody that know me, they said, man, when Ricky get back from these conventions, y'all better get ready. It's going to be new stuff, this and that.
Absolutely.
It resets me. That's my reset.
And I actually recorded my own audio book. I did it with my voice, man. God blessed me with a voice. My daddy passed it down. So I did my whole book in audio book. It's harder than people think. So
yeah, but being a professional speaker, man, it's just okay. You signed it for me too, okay?
I'm coming right.
Yes, the one thing is about it, man, is a lot of people don't understand. This right here is big to me, and sometimes they say, I remember when I was in the car business and I did a car with Fred Hammond and his brother Ray.
Nice.
And they had a Hammond Brothers custom auto, and I had RB custom, which is Ricky Booker. And they wanted to give T.D. Jakes a gift. And they said, what do you find? What do you get a guy that God done gave everything? Mm-hmm. So, if you ever was a regular to go into his church, he talked about a Trans Am that he had when he was younger, and how he used to race around. And, Fred told me these stories, so, that's how I learned the story. And so Fred said, I know what I'm going to do. We're going to buy this Trans Am. So Fred and Ray found the Trans Am, I called it the Burt Reynolds Trans Am.
Yeah, the old school.
With the old school, with the Eagle, with the T-tops. And it came in with the regular one, the wings, the Eagle. So this is what we did. We came together and and customized. We got the 25 edition of silver with the wings, with the Forgiato wheels, custom interior, custom sound, and delivered it to him on his birthday at the church. And of course, the party house is big enough to where they had a dock. We rolled the car in. Oh man, he literally cried right there on the stage. I was part of that whole ordeal and witnessed it, and I was on stage and they had to televise it and the things. And the thing is about it is kind of like what you're doing. I can tell stories all day long, but I bring guests on to help with a platform that they want to give people back. This simply is some people may not know how to get from check to check. Yeah. And I used to always, when my son used to say, man, Daddy, I need these new shoes. Man, you realize I'm just a paycheck away from being hungry.
Right.
Paycheck to paycheck. You miss one paycheck, but you might be out on the streets.
Just like you would do with your workouts or, anything else, you got to apply that on. Again, success and failure is in your daily habits. What are you doing on a daily basis?
And when you change your mindset, and this is what I like to always talk about. I did custom cars. I managed hip-hop artists. I made a living. Some of it was, like I say, paycheck to paycheck, because I wanted this big old house in Mansfield, and I wanted a new car, 2 or 3 new cars in the driveway, so I was paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
And when this food, which I always cook, came about, it seemed like God make it so much easier. It's not easy, don't get me wrong, people.
Right.
It's not easy, but
it's simple steps to follow, but it's not
easy. You feel good about
Yeah.
getting up.
Yeah.
About 5 days a week, 7 days a week, 24/7, laying your clothes out like first day of the school, picking the shoes you're going to wear.
Yeah.
Because you want to come do your job. That's how I am.
Your name on this business. Yeah. You know what I mean? You passing something on, so you want to, it's different than working for a job, clocking in and you out of here, but this is your heart, this is your soul in this business.
You mentioned early on the rental properties.
Yeah.
You had one, so how many you have now?
At one point, we had up to 8. Full transparency, my ego got caught up. I started trying, I just need more doors. And instead of collaborating with others to invest with me, I'm spending my own money, maxing out cars and things like that. So we ended up selling some properties, but now we own a property in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. So we've gone international in that. And just thinking more about long range, about how I can acquire more, and the way you do it is collaborating. I got my sisters involved now. We investing together, and it's all about the kids coming behind us and grandkids. I'm old enough now. I got grandbabies, so we're thinking about their future now. And so acquiring land is something that's on the slate for sure. But at one point, we had 8 doors that we were managing in 3 different states. Kansas City, Atlanta, and then San Antonio, Texas.
So you're an author.
Yeah.
You're a professional speaker.
I am.
Then you just mentioned kids, your grandkids and this thing. So, you very much so real big in the kids. Let's talk a little bit about the program you have for the kids.
Yes. So I have an organization called Create Your Future Self Youth Program. Typically, I'm mentoring college kids and high school kids, but we just did this new spinoff this year with Carrollton Farmers Branch School District, and it's called Pathfinders Leadership Program. I call it Pathfinders because I want these boys that are in the 8th grade to create their own pathway in life. You don't have to follow behind what somebody else is doing, especially now that they're going to be going to high school next year. So I'm mentoring about 60 kids in Carrollton Farmers Branch that look like me, and black and brown kids, man. And it brings joy to my heart. I got to get up at 5 in the morning to make sure they got breakfast and stuff. We got sponsors, and when I don't have sponsors, we still foot the bill to make sure they got food. And that's helping those parents. A lot of them are single parents. But to see those young boys' excitement, and when we bring in guest speakers or we talk to them, and a lot of times, man, you just got to show up just to be there for them. A lot of times they're not getting their voices heard, man. And so that's something that's really dear
I was going
and
to
near
ask
to my
you
heart.
that with all the stuff that's going on, how easy it is for children to get on the internet and see different things when it comes to social media. How do you keep them engaged? And sometimes what kids call this boring.
Right, you're absolutely right. So part of it is bringing in unique speakers. Like, we had a brother, Courtney Hamilton, that came in. He's got IT and cybersecurity or something. So he actually came in and talked to the boys that put down some Jordans down there so they could be like, oh, what's this all about? And just making sure guys keep them engaged. We had the mayor of Carrollton, Steve Babick, out there last week. So now these young men who their parents may not even met the mayor, they get to ask a direct question to the top leader of the city, and things like that. And we got little interactive games and keep it engaging. And I'm really big on mantras, Ricky. So at the end of every session, we had these boys screaming out, I am powerful, I am successful, I am intelligent. And that just, you can see them getting excited and lifting up. And then they go off to class, man, as a whole different person, man. Yeah, we got them wound up, man. So I love doing that.
So, man, you know, you're author, like I say, you're a professional speaker. And all of those portray of you dealing with the 8th graders and the kids that you've been dealing with.
That's it.
You got to understand, we in the world, in the space that teachers are ready to throw in the towel because the children is not engaging in what they think is cool anymore. And that's being educated. But that's one thing about it. I can say you relating to what it is you're doing. You got the book. And man, I'm honored to have you on the show and doing what you're doing. It's beautiful.
I appreciate it.
I can tell you. You talked about your wife several times. You love your wife, your family, and all.
Natasha Johnson, that's my baby.
Yeah,
yes,
and that's gonna go a long ways.
Yes, sir.
You smart enough to know. The woman in the man's life is a great thing, and the man in the woman's life is a great thing. It's what it is that y'all do together.
It's a little bit rough around the edges when she came into my life, and so she kind of got me on the right track, and I had now a new why. I had a reason to do the right things and really build something that I really want to make sure her life, and, you know, we blended our families. So that was a tough thing as well, and relocated from Atlanta to Texas. And at a time where teenagers wasn't, you know, they starting to date a little bit. Now I'm taking them out. And so
that was probably
a very tough time for, you know, our family. And so we've gone through a lot of those challenges, but we built something together, man. I'm really proud of that.
Well, Victor, man, tell everybody once again how they can get your book. And if they want any information to get some kids mentored, or even just for you to come out and speak.
Absolutely. So my website is www.bethevictor.us, bethevictor.us, and the book is Proven Pathways to Wealth and Happiness. And I definitely love to speak at, you know, corporate events, youth events, and my young group is called Pathfinders, man. Y'all hit me up if you got 8th graders out there that you want to get on the right track.
Yep. Proven Pathways to Wealth and Happiness right here, people. Get it? Like you said, from Amazon, Kindle. If you're a Kindle lover like me, Kindle, all above. Man, Victor, thank you again for your time.
I got to dig in though, man.
You can still eat.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
please.
We're gonna get out of here. But in the time being, if you see some things that you right here that Victor got, French toast and chicken, and y'all didn't know this, we have hot tea. He's just one of the bougie brothers that ordered it today. So we do have hot tea. And we started right in Arlington. That was our foundation. Our Arlington location, 130 East Bardin Road. We open 6 days a week, close on Tuesdays, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. And our second location, which we're sitting here right now, is the Redbird area with 3704 West Camden Wisdom. We open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. And our newest concept is Breakfast Brothers Express. And that's the Dallas location, and we're open Monday through Thursday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., and on weekends, midnight to 2 p.m. One thing about the weekend, if you're leaving the nightclub, leaving the concert overnight, you can have Breakfast Brothers now. Tune in, because we also have a new location in Houston, and it's in the 3rd Ward area up the street from TSU and University of Houston, 2616 Blodgett Street, Houston, Texas. We're also 7 days a week there, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and weekends, midnight to 2 p.m. Man, join us each and every Saturday right here. Tune in. I'm your host.
Get on up and whip it up with the Breakfast Brothers. Yeah, it's time to get on up and stir it up. It's time to get on up, stir it up and whip it up. Yeah, it's time to get on up and whip it up with the Breakfast Brothers. Yeah, it's time to get on up and stir it up. It's time to get on up, stir it up and whip it up. Yeah, it's time to get on
Wow, the one and only iconic red velvet waffle with mouth-watering syrup and wonderful tasting ingredients. Only here at Breakfast Brothers, where we feed your soul.
Three-pointer. It's good. Wins the game at the
Getting the Employee of the Month is like it's surprisingly good because I've been working for Breakfast Brothers for about a year, and all the hard work has really paid off. And working with Breakfast Brothers is so much fun.
First of all, it's a blessing to have a job, but it's even a better blessing to be Employee of the Month. That's all I can say about that.
Hi, I'm Ricky Booker with Breakfast Brothers, and I want to talk to you a little bit about how we started. In 2017, we actually had a nightclub that didn't have a kitchen. So we wanted to start serving food for the patrons that was actually coming. So we bought a little black trailer and stationed it behind our entertainment club. And it used to be times that we would open up at 9 p.m. and it wouldn't close down till 5 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes we just ran out of food until the sun came up. No AC, leaked when it rained, hot in the summer, and then we closed all the doors and windows and open up the fryers for the heat during the wintertime. So Breakfast Brothers came a long way since 2017. And that was the original Breakfast Brothers in the little black shack. Now in the present day, we actually have 2 locations and a new concept, takeout to go order only, and also our 4th location is getting ready to open in Houston, Texas. But the one thing that we wanted to do to keep paying homage to where we came from when it rained and leaked, when it was hot, and when in the wintertime we were cold, we pay homage by each location that we build our brick and mortar, we put a piece of the little black shack right on every front counter. So when you come inside the restaurants, you'll see element of the little black shack. Now in the future of the Breakfast Brothers, we're wanting to open up and franchise in other locations and join a city near you. Come join our team, the Breakfast Brothers.
Wow, the one and only iconic red velvet waffle with mouth-watering syrup and wonderful tasting ingredients. Only here at Breakfast Brothers, where we feed your soul.